Hey everyone, Internet PCS book reader here. Forget about what you're saying on the notes here, and today I want to talk about what you are looking for is in the library by Michiko Aoyama. The book has some surface level similarities with Days at Morisaki Bookshop by Satoshi Yagisawa that left me confused on why that book that is really badly written become an international bestseller. But the surface level similarities only stops at both stories have bookstore as a backdrop of the story. Fortunately. The story of this book itself starts off with Tomoka, age 21, sales assistant at Womanwear, who dreads being stuck at a dead-end job in Tokyo at Eden, the clothing store she works in. She wants to change her situation, but don't want to go back to the village she's from where city convenience like market are non-existent. So when she talked with her friend near the store, she found out about public school where she can learn other skills. She went there just to randomly try things, and the teacher there told her that she can learn Excel. This is where the character had to make her journey to the library to find books that will teach her on how to use Excel, and found Sayuri Komachi, the mysterious librarian keeper in the bookstore that seems to know what books her patrons will need. Oh, by the way, some side note, as you can see from the lines here, she usually seen knitting and save her sewing kit on a cookies tin can. What a weirdly global phenomenon, I've seen this happening everywhere. Anyway, beside the Excel learning book, Sayuri also gave her Guri and Gura, a children's graphic novel about two mice finding a giant egg in the forest and making a castle out of them. The book doesn't really do much for her besides reminding her of her childhood, but she found that it helped her find connection with her friends and co-workers who have also read Guri and Gura during their childhood. And the book are filled with short stories like this. In the second story, we have Ryo, a 35-year-old man who has become a pushover in his work as an accountant manager. He wants to open his own antique selling business, all while being in a new relationship. The third story is on Natsumi, a new mother that got demoted from her job after she takes her maternity leave. Wrecked with guilt and envy about being a new mother and a worker, and then the story about a 30-year-old NEET, which stands for not in employment, education, or training, from a broken home who dreams on being an illustrator. And the last story is about Masao, a 65-year-old retiree who feels lost with nothing to do. One way or another, all of them will eventually end up at the library. The vibe of the book is similar to Before the Coffee Gets Cold. Unfortunately for the storytelling in this book, it over-relies itself on exposition internal monologue. For example, in the first story, a character named Miss Numauchi came out and then started being bossy. The main character Tomoka then explained who Miss Numauchi is, why she's there, her age, and then state the fact that she's kinda bossy. That kind of exposition. And it does get in the way of the storytelling because the story halts to a stop each time a new character comes out, and there's quite a few of them, so the pacing of the story becomes a bit slower in a natural way. And what is more unfortunate is that the author used this exposition using characters' internal dialogue to the point where it bleeds over to their conversation. For example, the main character for each chapter will have conversation with someone, and usually this conversation will take only a few exchanges of sentences. But between these exchanges, there are always long internal dialogue of the main character interrupting these sentences. Whole pages kinda long, and it makes the character conversation feels awful to read. Which is quite unfortunate because the character writing and dialogue between the characters is actually quite good in this book, and the arc that each character goes through are also well written. It is not as bad as Days at Morisaki Bookshop where the character seems to switch place with another person after reading one book. Here, the book its characters are given by the librarian only feels like they're part of the character's journey instead of something that will instantly and entirely fix them. And the magical realism aspect of Sayuri, the librarian keeper, makes finding the right book feels more believable. So it felt more natural compared to Morisaki's bookshop where the main character reads only one book and it just so happened that it's the right book that helps her after reading it in one sitting. It's less plot convenience. Meanwhile, the character in the short stories here took their time finishing the recommended books. It also helped that these are short stories instead of a lengthy one. Well, not all of the stories are as good as each other, but I think the author did a good job at it. The character feels very different with each other, and the way how the book that Sayuri gave them has become part of their journey is also interesting in different ways. But most importantly, the book message is less about how books can fix you. Unlike self-help book that is marketed as a productive use of your time and then it's just sloppily written book with generic advice, the focus on this book is instead at two things. One, instead of how the book helped them, it focused on the human connection that the character have. And 2, the book message is more about how fun reading these books are. Sayuri Alif gave multiple books to the patrons that visit the library. How to learn Excel, how to open a store successfully, how to play Go, etc. But the most eye-catching one and the one that helps with the character growth are always the one book that are fun to read. Books like graphic novel for children, How Worm Works, History of Astrology, and a visual history book on evolution, then a poetry book for children, and even have some great manga recommendation like Professor Keaton, Phoenix, Fish of the North Star, etc. And these books are almost always what helps them form connection with other people. A story about how fun reading can be instead of just its benefit is something that is so lacking in books message that I hope to see more and more. There is some awkwardness in the storytelling and it does feel very repetitive at around the 5th and last chapter, but not so much to overshadow its charm. If you like Before the Coffee Gets Cold and you want something with a similar vibe, I say give this one a go. I give this a 3. What do you think? Are you gonna read it? Did I miss anything? Leave your thoughts in a comment below and subscribe to the channel. That's about it.